The laughter died in an instant. 5 seconds ago, the restaurant had been filled with the snickering of Melissa's co-workers, phones raised to capture what they thought would be the ultimate prank. Now, they stood frozen as Marcus Donovan, yes, that Marcus Donovan, CEO of Horizon Technologies and one of the city's most eligible bachelors, signed fluently to Emma, whose face had transformed from humiliation to wonder. "I've been learning ASL for my daughter," he signed, his hands moving with practiced precision. "She lost her hearing last year. I never expected to use it on a blind date, but I'm glad I can." Emma's trembling hand steadied as she signed back, "They set this up as a joke. I should go." Marcus shook his head. "Their joke just became our perfect evening. Would you stay? Please. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Hey everyone. If this story touches your heart, please hit that like button and subscribe to see more content that celebrates unexpected connections and moments that change lives. Your support means everything, and I promise to keep bringing you stories that matter. Now, let's continue with Emma and Marcus's journey. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. 3 weeks earlier, Emma Chen had started her job at Meridian Marketing with high hopes. At 26, she'd fought hard for every opportunity, refusing to let her deafness define her professional journey. Armed with a master's degree in graphic design and a portfolio that had impressed even the toughest critics, she'd been thrilled when Meridian offered her a position. What the interview process hadn't revealed was the office culture, a tight-knit group led by Vanessa, the creative director whose smile never quite reached her eyes. From day one, Emma sensed the sideways glances, the conversations that stopped when she approached, the exaggerated mouth movements when people spoke to her as if volume, not visibility, was the issue. "She's so weird," Vanessa had whispered to her assistant, unaware that Emma could read lips perfectly. "Always staring at everyone." Emma pretended not to notice, focusing instead on her designs, staying late to perfect campaigns, bringing coffee for everyone on Monday mornings. Still, the invitations to happy hours never came. The group chats excluded her. The isolation grew until it became a physical ache. Then came the email from HR about the company's annual charity gala, a blind date auction for the children's hospital. Participation was strongly encouraged. "You should sign up," Vanessa suggested with unusual enthusiasm during a team meeting. "We need more women. I bet you'd get lots of bids." Emma hesitated, then nodded, hope flickering that this might be her chance to connect with her colleagues. She didn't see Vanessa's text to the team later. OMG, she actually fell for it. "This is going to be epic. Nobody will bid on her, and we'll all be there to watch." Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Marcus Donovan stared at the invitation to the Meridian Marketing Charity Gala with ambivalence. As CEO of Horizon Technologies, he received dozens of such invitations monthly. Normally, his assistant would decline with a generous donation attached, but this one gave him pause. "The Children's Hospital, huh?" he murmured, thinking of the countless nights he'd spent there with his daughter Lily after the car accident that had taken his wife and Lily's hearing. The doctors and nurses had become family during those dark months. "I think you should go," said his sister Diane, who had stopped by his office with lunch. "You haven't been out in forever." "It's been 2 years, Mark." "I'm busy," he replied automatically. "The Singapore merger." "We'll still be there Monday," Diane interrupted. "Lily's with me this weekend for our sleepover. Go. Bid on a nice dinner. Remember what it's like to talk to an adult who isn't on your payroll." Marcus sighed, knowing she was right. Since becoming a single father, his world had narrowed to work and Lily. The thought of dating again felt like a betrayal, but lately, Lily herself had been dropping hints. "Daddy needs a friend," she'd signed last week. "Like my friend Zoe." He smiled at the memory. "Fine. One night." Asterisk asterisk asterisk. The night of the gala arrived, and Emma stood before her mirror, second-guessing everything. The emerald dress that had seemed perfect now felt too bold. Her normally pinned back hair now fell in soft waves around her shoulders. She'd even applied makeup, something she rarely bothered with for work. Her phone buzzed with a text from her roommate, "You look beautiful. Anyone would be lucky to have dinner with you." Emma smiled, grateful for the encouragement, but anxiety still churned in her stomach. She'd noticed the strange behavior from her coworkers all week, the whispers, the smirks, the sudden interest in her outfit choice. Something felt off. Still, she'd committed to this. The children's hospital deserved support, and maybe, just maybe, this could be a turning point with her colleagues. When she arrived at the hotel ballroom, Vanessa immediately waved her over to a table near the front. "We saved you a seat," she called out, exaggerating her words. Emma nodded, taking the offered chair, noticing how everyone seemed to be watching her with barely contained excitement. The auction began, and one by one, her co-workers were matched with bidders for charity dinners. Then came Emma's turn. The auctioneer described her as a talented graphic designer with a unique perspective on the world, and Emma felt her cheeks burn as she stood. Silence fell. No paddles raised. She could see Vanessa and the others exchanging glances, phones discreetly positioned. The auctioneer awkwardly repeated her credentials. Just as Emma prepared to face the humiliation of no bids, a deep voice called out from the back, $10,000. Gasps rippled through the room. The auctioneer stuttered, $10,000? For a dinner date? For the children's hospital, came the reply as a tall, broad-shouldered man in an impeccable suit stepped forward. Marcus Donovan, Horizon Technologies. Emma recognized him immediately. His company was legendary in the tech world. What she couldn't understand was why he'd bid such an astronomical sum on her. As she stepped down from the stage, she caught Vanessa's shocked expression and the hastily lowered phones. Suddenly, everything clicked into place. This had been planned as her public humiliation, captured for posterity. Shame and anger washed over her as she approached Marcus, who smiled warmly and extended his hand. She took it automatically, but her mind was racing with how to escape this situation with any dignity intact. "Shall we?" he asked, gesturing toward the restaurant attached to the hotel. Emma nodded, not trusting herself to speak. As they walked, she pulled out her phone and typed, "You don't have to go through with this. I understand it was for charity." Marcus read it, looked puzzled, then responded aloud, "I'm looking forward to dinner. The children's hospital means a lot to me." They were seated at a private table, Vanessa and several co-workers not so subtly taking a table nearby. Emma could feel their eyes on her, waiting for the awkwardness to unfold when Marcus realized she was deaf. She took a deep breath and signed, "I should tell you that I'm deaf. I can read lips well, but in this lighting." The shock on her face when Marcus's hands moved in perfect ASL must have been what drew her co-workers closer, phones ready. "I've been learning ASL for my daughter," he signed. "She lost her hearing last year. I never expected to use it on a blind date, but I'm glad I can." That was the moment when everything changed, when the laughter died and the phones lowered, when Emma felt something tight in her chest release for the first time in months. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Their dinner lasted 3 hours. Emma learned about Lily, about the accident, about Marcus's struggle to connect with his daughter across the sudden silence between them. Marcus learned about Emma's childhood in a hearing family, her passion for visual storytelling, her dreams of starting her own design studio someday. "Why did you bid so much?" she finally asked, the question that had been nagging her all evening. Marcus smiled. "I saw your portfolio on the auction website. Your work with the Children's Hospital campaign last year was brilliant. I've been looking for someone with exactly your talent for our new accessibility initiative." "So this was a job interview?" Emma asked, surprised. "No," Marcus signed, then spoke aloud, aware they still had an audience. "This was me recognizing someone special across a crowded room. The job offer is separate, though very real if you're interested. By the time they left the restaurant, Vanessa and the others had long since departed, their prank forgotten in the face of something they couldn't have anticipated, a genuine connection. Outside, as they waited for their respective cars, Marcus asked, "Would you like to meet Lily? She has art class on Saturdays at the community center. Maybe you could join us for lunch after?" Emma hesitated only briefly before nodding. "I'd like that very much." 6 months later, Emma sat in her new office at Horizon Technologies, finalizing the company's groundbreaking accessible design platform. Her team, yes, her team, had just submitted the project for a major industry award. Her phone buzzed with a text from Marcus. "Lily wants to know if you're still coming for movie night. She's picked Coda again." Emma smiled, typing back, "Wouldn't miss it. Tell her I'm bringing the caramel popcorn she likes." As she gathered her things to leave, she paused at the framed photo on her desk, Marcus, Lily, and herself at the Children's Hospital ribbon-cutting ceremony for the new sensory-friendly wing that Horizon had funded. Lily was beaming between them, her hands signing, "Family." Emma's phone buzzed again with a news alert. Meridian Marketing was filing for bankruptcy following a major client exodus after their toxic workplace culture had been exposed through leaked text messages and videos. She felt no satisfaction at the news, only a quiet acknowledgement that life had its own way of balancing accounts. She had moved on to something better than revenge, she had found belonging. That evening, curled on the couch with Lily nestled between her and Marcus, watching a movie with captions while they all signed commentary to each other, Emma reflected on how a cruel joke had led to her greatest happiness. When Marcus caught her eye over Lily's head and signed, "What are you thinking about?" she simply replied, "How sometimes the worst intentions can lead to the best outcomes." Later, after Lily had gone to bed, Marcus took Emma's hand and led her to the balcony of his penthouse apartment. The city lights sparkled below them like earthbound stars. "I have something to ask you," he signed, his hands slightly trembling. Emma's heart raced as he reached into his pocket and pulled out a small velvet box. "You changed my world," he signed, then spoke aloud as he opened the box to reveal a stunning emerald ring. "You showed Lily and me that silence doesn't have to be lonely. Will you make our family complete?" Tears blurred Emma's vision as she nodded, her hands forming the sign for "yes" over and over until Marcus gently took them in his and slipped the ring onto her finger. Sometimes, she thought as they embraced under the night sky, the cruelest jokes can lead to the most beautiful love stories. And sometimes, those who intend harm end up giving the greatest gift of all, a chance at happiness you might never have found otherwise. *****. Remember, friends, you never know when a moment of kindness might change someone's life forever. If this story touched your heart, please like and subscribe for more content that celebrates the unexpected connections that make life beautiful. Share your own stories of unexpected blessings in the comments below. I read every single one and draw inspiration from your experiences for future videos. Until next time, remember that sometimes the most beautiful chapters of our lives begin with the turning of a page we never expected to read.